Invasion, also known as Infection, is a 2005 American sci-fi horror film directed by Albert Pyun and stars Jenny Dare Pollen, Morgan Weiser, and Alan Abelu. The plot is based on police camera footage the night of an infection that spread after the landing of a meteorite. So I always liked Albert Pyun. I mean, I haven't seen all this stuff, but like, Cyborg, Dollman, Nemesis, Arcade, The Sword of the Sorcerer. I like those. Albert was a cool, independent filmmaker that was super prolific in the 80s and 90s, and he actually stayed pretty busy in the 2000s, but had some health issues which kind of hindered him. Having spent some time, a decent amount of time with Pyun films, this one caught me kind of off guard, like stylistically. I was mostly familiar with his 80s and 90s stuff, so what we have here is essentially a found footage film done in one take, and highly influenced by Invasion of the Body Snatchers, one of my favorites. But instead of taking the typical video camera route or whatever, the main character is a police officer, so we actually see the entire film through his dash cam in his cruiser. There's a few times when he does stop and gets out of his car, but even when he does, we still view him through the dash cam, so it keeps that unique feel. I mean, I assume it was unique for 2004 at least, and I imagine it's been done since then, but not that I know of, and luckily not too much since I'm struggling to actually remember anything at all. As some of you know, I do love found footage horror when it's good. But it's already a gimmicky genre, and I don't think I need too many like body cam or dash cam movies or whatever. I don't know. Also, I said that there was a main character, which there kind of really isn't. It's all viewed from the officer's dash cam, but that doesn't necessarily make him the main character. The plot, I would say, super simple. I basically already said it, but I'll elaborate a little bit. So a meteorite lands down in Lawton, California one night, turning residents basically into aliens. Again, very much like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Only not with plants this time. It's like a direct contact thing. Stylistically, though, it's pretty different than Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is not it's really not anything like it. This film kind of relies on the atmosphere and tension by doing simple things on a very small budget. And it also relies on some of that atmosphere being created by what you don't see, which is a very useful skill if you can master it. And it's a cool effort by Albert Pyun, but he does miss the mark here, in my opinion. If you could put this on one night, with no distractions and you're patient, you might get into this. But for me, it's a bit too bare bones and a bit too boring. The acting is pretty bad at times, even for the found footage genre, which is something I could overlook in a better movie. So I'm giving Invasion 2 out of 4 stars. I think that I might like it slightly more someday, under the right circumstances, if I choose to watch it again. I don't know if I will. I do hate that my first Albert Pyun review was so negative, so next time I'll make sure to review one of his movies that I like. And actually, I guess I did kind of review Dollman, didn't I? I don't know if I did it very well. I don't know if I did a full review. But anyway, I sort of reviewed Dollman. I don't know. But last, if you'd like to read a written review that's much better than my review here, I'll leave a link in the comments for a blog I just kind of randomly found. This guy's really good, and his review even for this movie is awesome. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you at the multiplex.
Subscribe right now, please.